Hey friends, Raul Jimenez here with the Schrader Group. I'm blessed to be by my brother, Art Jimenez with Perry Homes. This is another version of the Schrader Show, and we thought we'd get a little bit of the new construction aspect and what you do for a living.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank y'all for having me. I guess it's kind of cool to share the camera with you. But yeah, no, like my brother said, I work for Perry Homes. I am actually located in Callison Ranch, but I'm able to serve throughout San Antonio. Truly blessed, a great company to work for.
So, how long you been doing this? I know how long he's been doing it, but I mean, you've been doing it, what, 2-3 months, something like that?
No, I've been in the new build side of it for about a little over 7 years now. I joined Perry Homes a little over 3 months ago. Truly been a blessing. Great company to work for. Just great people there. Great people.
Now he's being very, very low key. He's very humbled. He's been sales consultant of the year twice already. This guy knows how to sell some inventory homes, some new construction. So tell me what's going on in the builder world. I mean, we're getting all these different concepts, and of course I study numbers day in and day out. I know that July 21, July 22 have not been what they are in July 23 because we've actually outperformed 150 units last year and 120 something the year before. So new construction is actually on fire in comparison to the pre-existing market.
I think the biggest thing is there's just still a extremely low amount of inventory on the ground,
Okay.
whether you're looking at the pre-owned side. So that's why you're seeing new construction thrive. A lot of people have really low interest rates, and they purchased 3, 4, 5 years ago, whatever it was, when the rates were fairly lower. So they're not wanting to leave those 3% rates, 3.5, 2.75. So what we're seeing on our end, people are still buying, people are still moving to San Antonio, but everybody's trying to compete with the same thing. How can we be competitive? And the biggest thing we're seeing people take advantage of are the interest rate promotions. You know, rather than discounting a home, it makes more sense to lock in a lower interest rate or buy the house now and refinance in a couple years.
So I could tell you, based on my side, our pre-existing market's taken a little bit of a hit, primarily because you are able to offer the incentives, you know, the rate buy downs, the fixed rate. I mean, you could get a 4.99 fixed rate with some of these promos that they have, but essentially the builders are throwing incentives at our clients to say, hey, this is a good deal. We've all heard this saying, you know, marry the house, date the rate, divorce the landlord. But at the end of the day, my sellers don't have the money to give towards incentives to the buyer. I mean, I would love to offer a 4.99, which is very hard because it costs 20, 30 grand to do this sometimes.
You know, if you're a VA buyer, which is a majority of our business, probably I'd say almost half of it, where we're located in a lot of our communities, I could get you on some houses a 5.49 locked rate, 30 years, and still offer you a 2-year free refinance in the next 2 years. If rates do drop, you're coming to the table with just your earnest money. It's almost impossible to beat. Brand new house. And then a lot of these families who have purchased previously in the last few years, they're not necessarily going zero down. They're still putting a good chunk down because they've already made the equity on their previous purchase.
Correct, yeah. And if we look at the last 2 years, I mean, there's some neighborhoods that got 10%, 15% roll value year over year. Yeah, we plateaued a tad, but I think that was just due to a lot of different factors, the acclimation of the market and getting back to what we call the market today. When I think of new construction, you know, we've been blessed to have so many great builders in our area, you know, all the way from maybe about 230 all the way up to 2.34 million dollars. But what is your sweet spot? What is the Perry avenue look for you?
So we range. We start in the low fours, all the way up to 800,000-900,000. I think where I'm at, and on my part of San Antonio, we probably range anywhere between 5 and 7. Is probably our money point. We still build houses in the community I'm at, Callison Ranch, you know, 700,000 to 800,000. They pick from the ground up, build everything out. But in all of our product lines, we're still seeing a strong buyer presence. Yes, now the biggest thing I think we're thinking about, I'm seeing more of, is people are taking longer to make a decision, right?
Sure.
They're thinking it through. Can I do this? Can I take that next step? And the majority of the ones buying are looking at it like, okay, yes, I went up another 100,000, 200,000 in sales price, but I also made quite a bit of money over the last few years that it's a wash. You know, a lot of times, okay, I may have the higher rate. There will present an opportunity. At the end of the day, you know that the market's going to continue to rise. You know, when maybe not as crazy as it had been the last few years, but you're still winning.
So basically, you're saying opportunity cost, see what you made in your net gains and equity over the last few years, roll it over into something good.
Correct.
What I've been seeing and what I've been talking a lot about lately is, yes, the price of homes have come down, but interest has gone up a little bit. But if you save 1 point on interest, say next year, and wait, right, your $600,000 house might be $650,000. That extra money that you would pay every month won't offset the cost of the gain that you'll have to get. Yeah, you have a better interest rate, but your price of the home will be higher. So technically, the net value doesn't really change, although you didn't accumulate any kind of equity in your home because now you're buying it at a higher price point.
It actually goes down, right? You know, you can look at it, you buy now, let the equity rise. When rates drop, you refinance, you win on both sides. Or you wait, rates drop, your payment's still the same or more because you're paying another $50,000, $60,000. You didn't have an opportunity to cash in on that equity that you'll see. Yeah, down the road, as longer you're there, it'll come into play, but you did kind of lose out on a little bit of money on the table.
So do me a favor, tell my friends over here what's so great about Perry Homes.
Perry Homes, the biggest thing I can say is we have a great group of people. Our process is everything from the time of introduction, contract, and going through the process. We're there every step of the way. Our construction team is incredible. For the product that we build from the ground up, we are averaging right at about build time from contract to close, about 6 to 8 months. That is solid in this industry for the product that we build. And then you got everybody on board. People are building your house. There are going to be things that go wrong, but it's how you handle those issues that come up. Like I said, we have one of the best teams, and when it comes down to that, we're going to make it right.
I like to say Perry Homes offers that white glove treatment to all our buyers, and that's just from start to finish, from walking the home, cleanliness, builder interaction, weekly updates, things of that nature. What have you found to be such a eye-opener being with Perry?
Well, it's kind of newer for me from previously, but how involved everybody is in the construction process. It's not just sales and the construction manager. It's the division president. It's the boss above them. Everybody is involved at every aspect of it, through updates, through inspections. Nobody's surprised when things happen because everybody's been informed. So it just helps us keep everything in line, keep our buyers updated, and they have that peace of mind. The other thing is we're probably the only builder here who offers a 2-year workmanship warranty. That is huge. The standard in the industry is 1 year. So that gives our buyers a lot of comfort, a lot of peace of mind when buying a Perry home.
Where do they find Perry Home? How many neighbors y'all have? What size of town are y'all building right now? Where's the up and future growth?
Yeah, I don't know the exact number. I know in San Antonio and surrounding areas, we're definitely over 20 and opening up quite a few more communities this year fairly quickly. A lot of different companies out there are slowing back. We're actually buying more land and putting more homes on the ground and preparing for when these rates do drop. But we're on the west side, far northwest. We're up in Bernie, New Braunfels. We even have our presence now in the south side by Texas A&M, San Antonio. That community's thriving. So we're a little bit everywhere.
A little bit everywhere. So if mom was watching right now, what would you tell mom?
Love you, Ma. Thanks for watching my kid right now.
Yeah. Look, I got him to wear a tie. We're doing well. And he does have a 1-year-old now, little Arturito. So super proud of you. This is my brother, Shredder Group here. We just want to say thank you all. I'm just super blessed to have this guy in my life. He's a role model for me. And if you have any parting words, we'd love to hear them.
No, thanks again for having me. Like my brother said, a lot of kind words back at him as well. The Schrader Group is awesome at what they do. If we can help in any way, please let us know.
Well, there you have it. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks for joining, and we'll see you in the future. Have a blessed day.